Alrighty, the final tier of Dimensions and Transcendence. We are bringing Setzer for the ticket mission. We do have Quina along, just because Quina's BT effect is going to help Cheese this fight for the most part. Setzer, his FR was really good to me. Cloud. What the hell? Cloud's FR was an asshole to me. I think I spent maybe 1,000 tickets for one copy. I ended up going on the Start Dash banner, and I guess that was a mistake because holy cow. That banner was awful to me. But anyway, here we're just gonna go ahead and I think this guy starts off with decreasing our buff count by 2 every time. So just gonna freeze Joker real quick. No, he doesn't, huh? That's weird. I could have swore he decreased our buff count by 2. Ah, whatever, it's fine. This guy is immune to turn deletion, but not turn break and regular delay. And we're going to want to avoid delaying him by 2 turns as much as we possibly can. Just to give ourselves some wiggle room for the most part. Luckily, Aranea, like her skill 1 is very good Dragoon dive, but you don't have to press it all the time. And you know, we do have some rebreaker utility in Quina here as well. And Setzer doing a 1 turn delay on his skill. I think it's his skill 2. That's going to help us basically, you know, just stay ahead of this guy as much as possible. Which is gonna help. We just basically ensure he doesn't really get a turn. He does go up in force gauge, but we're so high up in the turn order that it's not really gonna matter. And really, we're just focusing on doing as much damage as we can. And we do want to get our skill 1 up eventually, but for now we're just gonna spam skill 2 because this isn't gonna warp him up. And our calls are mostly focused on like buffs. We don't have any debuff ones because this fight he is going to die and we're going to have to kill him when he comes back, I think a total of 4 times. So he's going to come back quite a bit. And when he does, we just, you know, we want to be ready for it. We're going to muster bomb here because if we do decide to skill 1, oh, and we might go into FR time fairly quickly here, so I think around our next turn for Setzer, well, we should be close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate some Rosa calls real quick because these are just party buffs, you know, just the HP damage up, stuff like that. And they don't last like the longest or anything, but it will, at least I'm hoping, help for a little bit. Maybe I could have timed that a little better. Maybe I could have timed that to when it was actually his turn. Nah, whatever, it's fine. We're already here. Here we have to actually refresh this because this fell off. High speed maneuver. And I think on Quina's turn, what's about to fall off here? Vital Crusher? Magitek Armament. Does that come from a skill 1? It be do. I will have to press this once, but luckily Shinryu's first attacks aren't like crazy or anything like that. It will be fine. Yeah, his turn rate becomes instantaneous, he fixes himself. But we do have Setzer's freeze on, so this actually, you know, he's not going to be able to do anything to us, even if he was doing an HP attack. He gave himself a little brave regen buff, and that's nothing we're concerned about. Here we're going to actually activate Contempt. Because surprisingly enough, this is like a 6-turn attack and max brave up. And I was like, wow, you do that? Or it's 3 turns, excuse me. I was surprised that actually had that utility. I was like, huh, I never knew. I never knew. And of course, you know, having Quina up is just gonna basically allow us to do as much damage as possible. All these aura debuffs, we're not gonna give a single fuck. Because on Setzer's turn, we're just gonna kind of go ham. And I do need to get I probably should have activated the Arenea's BT effect when her last turn was up. Tidal Wave, but that's going to do nothing. Just to give himself a little HP regen, but that's actually not relevant. So here we're just going to go and try and get as much damage as possible. And I do believe Arenea's BT effect should give her an extra turn. Because that should re-break, and that should trigger her follow-up. Or not her follow-up, but her additional turn. And even if it didn't, he unbroke himself, so Lamau. And this shouldn't delay him like super heavy or anything like that. I believe he only moves up if it's delayed by 2. And I'm not even sure if that counts turn delay, like the regular break delay. Like Dorgan would have actually been a nice unit here, but I I already kind of used him in a previous Transcendence tier, so no hope for that guy. Oh man, Setzer's all the way over here. How did he get so far behind? Oh well. Let's go ahead and echo spam while we can. And I'm thinking if I want to actually go for 6 turns of BT phase, or like have this be at the 6 turn mark when we go into the BT phase, or if we want to actually just hold off until we can squeeze in that Setzer echo. I feel like it might be a little greedy. It's a little greedy. I'm a greedy kind of guy. Let's go for it. And for the most part, I'm thinking he'll revive himself 4 times during his second phase, so we have to kill him like 5 times in a row. And I think that shouldn't be an issue for this team, in all honesty. Aranea's damage output is no slouch. Like, she's actually a monster in terms of output. And I think for this next turn for Aranea, I need to do LD, because that'll allow me to go into the BT phase with the free skill. Oh, and I don't think I activated the call on Aranea either, whoever I have on. Because she doesn't need range call, because obviously you can see she's just launching like a maniac. That was 21 million, and like, we're barely starting the 4th time. She's a monster. I could have obviously used Astos in her place as well for this fight, but it wouldn't feel as fun if I just, you know, nuked him in 2 seconds. But we have Aranea. We spent the gems. We should use them. Let's have Astos for something else. For fights that like I really just want to skip. The second form. Oh, and that does fuck with the turn order, huh? And you know what? That's actually... Oh, as long as Aranea doesn't get broken here. That's actually perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, that's more than fine. That's ideal. Because now she doesn't take the extra turn. And we could just go ahead and echo spam like normal. And that'll use up our last echo for Quina, and we have one more echo on Setzer, and then from there we kind of just go ham. Yeah, because Setzer's FR is also very good. Like, I think it's what, 70%? For, I think the boss has to be broken or 0 bravery. And then I think we have to be dealing 999, like a maximum brave damage. And you know, just having blue high armor and just decent support on the team, you gotta fill that pretty easily. We do have 9 turns left. Do I have a call on that's relevant? I do have Gabranth call. I probably won't need. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Gabranth call here. And I do have his free skill up from Aranea, or at least I should, because I think I did a LD last with her. Oh, I didn't, Lamau. Well, I do have 1 turn left to actually do this instead. Wait, what is that 2 that's about to fall off? High speed maneuver? As long as that doesn't fall off, we should be fine. So let's go ahead and Vermilion Assault, get that overclock going. And this should give us a free turn, so we have 7 turns. Oh, that means this turn order is coming right up because we didn't have any allies following up. And now that we've done that, all we need to do now is BT phase, and this should be over. Because now we can just Dragoon dive like crazy. And because we have Quina's effect up, all this launch, no matter how much bravery they have, is going to deal maximum. And it seems a little redundant bringing both Quina and Setzer in the same party. But the reason we're doing it is because I want the ticket mission done, so that's why Setzer's here. So then we go ahead and... what did Tonberry Troops say was the Aranea BT phase? I think this is the first time we're actually doing the proper Aranea BT phase. Hold on. So skill 1 LD EX. Okay. So they want LD into EX. And I'm just gonna trust the Tonberry troop, because shoutouts to them, the nerds over there, figuring everything out for me. Making the infographics just so much easier to actually understand the characters. I don't know where the hell I'd be without them, or any of the YouTubers, you know, that do all these shouju pulls and all that. I'd just be a plebeian. Let's see, we do need to hope he dies fairly soon. We do need to hope he dies fairly soon. And I'm taking like a like that noise was actually my my thermos, because I do have I've noticed like when I have a cold water in a cup, it tends to melt and not stay cool very quickly in this room, or it doesn't stay cool very long in this room. So I figured I'll just get a thermos and like keep the water cool that way. And actually, it's been a pretty buff strat. And I do believe I have to kill him one more time. So he double Dragoon dive? And we just need this guy to die. Wow, he lived. Actually, slight concern. Slight concern, because I'm just like, is the FR Echo, or is the FR going to be enough damage to actually kill this guy? Because he should come back. His final Intimidate aura. Maybe using the Gabrant call was a mistake, and having that extra turn so we could set up Summon into a final Aranea turn would have been a better idea. It might have been a mistake, Lamau. Ah, hindsight, you know. What can we say? I can't see the future. Hey, maybe that extra turn was better spent, applying the LD for the free skill in the BT phase. Oh my god, 8%? Alright, can we get the flashy BT finisher? End this fight? Let us pray. That's 13 million? Wow, and there you go. The final Transcendence. It's been a long one. 16 Transcendences. And we are gonna... They have an event where we're gonna rerun the Transcendence, so I'll upload my runs of that later. But for now, man, Transcendence, what a ride. So many BT materials. I wonder what they're gonna do to replace it. I do believe they have like a, what is it, the Memoria battles, and I'm wondering if that'll be similar to the rewards that we get, because we got a lot of rewards from just this mode alone. I think it was a fuck ton of nuggets and books. But anyways, there you go. Aranea, Quina, pretty strong. Setzer was here for the ticket mission, but I did pull for his FR because I think it's pretty good generic FR. And there you go. Dimension's End, finally over. Take it easy.